College basketball here today from Mike Lightfoot Court. Glad you can join us here today. Crossroads League women's basketball today. The Bethel College Lady Pilots host the Huntington University Foresters. Joining us here on the pregame show, Lori Culler. Lori, first of all, just a couple old basketball junkies hanging out. This time of the year, it's the dog days of winter. I've seen some teams that are really good hit walls. Seen some teams rise to the occasion. Last night, the Huntington men's team, big win here at home against Bethel. So you see all kinds of weird things. Where are the Foresters women's team at? Have you guys hit a wall? Or are you on the other side of that?
Well, we hit a wall at one point. Probably our low point was our loss to Cincinnati Christian over the Christmas break. Thankful that turned out the way it did because it really got us sitting down talking what do we need to do, what do we need to fix, and we've hit on a couple things that have been keys for us and are doing those things a lot better, and so I feel like we're kind of on our way up.
What do you like about this basketball team through the first 20 games or so?
Something I like about lots of my teams, they just never quit. We've been in games where, it comes down to the wire and we're still battling and we maybe don't win or maybe we do pull a couple of them out. But I like how well this team plays defense, too. This has been one of my best defensive teams, I think, that I've ever coached, or at least for a long, long time. And so I just like the effort that they're willing to put forth on that end of the court. And we need to because we're not the most stellar offensive team out there. So we need to play good defense in order to give ourselves a chance to win. And this group is doing that.
As I was doing some homework, and I went back and looked at last year's group for your thinking 15 and 16. I'm thinking during the time I've been doing college basketball, Lori Culler has not had very many teams finish under 500. Now, you're only one game under 500, so it certainly brings up the stat that you got to go back, 15 years before this kind of stuff happened. Did it motivate you? Did it motivate your student athletes? Or did you even give it one iota of a thought?
It was disappointing because I felt like we had a better team than what we showed at times, but I think it did make us evaluate a little bit our defense, and we got a couple of kids in that are kind of hard-nosed kind of kids on the defensive end. Sam Hamill, to begin with, really helps us in that regard, and so I think the focus really coming into this season, we knew we had to be a better defensive team, and so we've been pretty intentional about it from day one, and the kids have embraced that and taking a lot of pride in leading the conference in fewest points allowed per game at this point, and we're just hoping to continue that.
Give us an idea what it's like having three Huntington University Hall of Famers all together on one coaching staff. And I would like for you to comment about your longtime relationship with Joanne Green, because 24 years to be with somebody in anything, but to be in education-based athletics, that's a unique environment. So just talk about what it's like to have that kind of support staff around you.
Yeah, well, you can't put a price on loyalty. That's something that in this day and age you don't always find. And, Joanne has, she was a fantastic player, and, we had a great coaching-player relationship, and she was obviously a very talented individual and knew the game well, and so it was just kind of a natural thing for her to want to be involved, to keep that a place to be, kind of use some of her competitive juices that were still flowing. And, it's just been something that we've both believe in the mission of Huntington University and, really feel that God has called us into the roles that we're in. And we're just trying to serve out his purposes to the best of our ability. And we're just happening to do it together. And that makes it fun.
Let's turn our attention to this Bethel team, pretty young. Certainly a group that, and Eric Gingrich is going through a lot of growing pains, and you've seen this program during your time go all over the place from NAIA, not very good to, and Jody was here, they were really, really competitive, and it's just been hit and miss ever since then. So just talk about, as you look like this program from afar and zero in on this year, your thoughts on the Pilots program.
Well, I believe that Eric's going to do a great job with this program in future years to come. He just needs some time to get recruiting classes in here that he can make a difference with, because I think he's got the X's and O's, and I think he's got the passion, and support system here at Bethel is great. So I think it's just a matter of time until he's going to really start making some noise in the conference. But I don't count them out of this at all. I mean, he has them playing very hard, and if they, get shots to fall, they're a tough team to hang with because they're quick and got some great ball handlers. They do have some people that can, knock down the outside shot. They have an inside presence. So they've got the pieces, it's just a matter of them probably a little bit confidence level in their shooting. And if they decide all of a sudden they're going to put the ball in the hoop, I think they're going to be a challenge for anybody in the conference.
What do you have to do to beat them tonight?
Well, I think our defense needs to show up. I think we need to, again, our goal is to hold people to 14 points per quarter or less. And if we do that, we feel like we give ourselves a chance to win with what we anticipate scoring at the offensive end. So that's the goal again tonight, is to just try to limit their opportunities, limit second opportunities, and just really try to, get the best look we can at the offensive end and go with that.
Great to see you and Joanne. It's always a pleasure.
Thanks very much.
When everybody sees you with your hand out for that sweet refund check, Gates Automotive says, we don't need no stinking refund check. Just 5 measly bucks get you driving by a Toyota RAV4 or a Chevy Equinox for $199.09. Or choose from Toyota Camry or Chevy Cruze for $189. Always 1,000 used, 500 new. Just a fiver makes you a driver at Gates. Shop any of the 5 locations in Michiana or online at gatesautomotive.com. Selection, price, trust. Bethel College Lady Pilots basketball here today on Regional Radio. Sports Lady Pilots are going to be hosting Huntington University Key Crossroads League women's basketball game. Visiting now with Eric Gingrich. Eric, first of all, let's just kind of go back and reflect back on. You had a chance to kind of look at the game film, look at the stat sheet, and try to glean from what you saw the last time. Your thoughts?
Well, last week was just a really interesting week for us. 3 games in a week. It's not normal, but it was a grind. It felt like we played Mount Vernon a month ago, and it was last Monday. So, it was a long week. We did some really good things, I thought, throughout the week defensively. We certainly have room to improve, but I thought we started shoring things up. I know the final scores didn't necessarily show that. We still had a couple stretches where we lost some focus, but overall, I think, and especially against Mount Vernon, I thought defensively we were really good. We struggled last week shooting the ball. I wonder if some of it was legs. It was a long week, like I mentioned, but we're doing a lot of good things. We're progressing, and so I think we took a lot of positives, honestly, from last week, and it was an exciting week for us.
Let's talk about the 17 rescues and counting. Talk about the blackout game going on here tonight. Destiny rescued things. So give us an idea about the vision. I know we talked about it at halftime of the men's game, but the Crossroads League has really gotten behind this initiative. Talk to our listening audience about the importance and your passion for this ministry, because it's vitally important.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's started with Coach Brooks at NAIA Wesleyan a number of years ago, and his passion and vision for it has kind of caught fire in the league. And it's hard, once you become aware of an issue like this, to turn a blind eye. It doesn't take much to have your heart burden and just to be passionate about it. So I think a lot of the coaches are there. And it's exciting to have tangible results. I mean, this one game a year is going to save 17 to 20, maybe 25 kids. And that's unbelievable to think of one kid's life being completely changed from living in a brothel to having some semblance of normalcy and actually being strengthened through counseling, through restoration, all these things. And we get to be a part of that. That's pretty special.
All right, let's turn our attention now to Lori Culler's basketball team. One of the best coach teams. You and I both agree on that one. They had a little bit of a hiccup last year. Going under 500, but what's it? Once every 15 years you go under 500. I guess that's pretty good. But her and Joanne Green, they've been together for ages now, 24 years. A great 1-2 punch in regards to coaching as you're ever going to see. Let's just speak to that right now.
Yeah, well, you mentioned the coaching combo, and we'll start there. I respect this staff about as much as any staff that you're going to see. Lori graciously allowed me to work with her team the couple years I worked at Huntington. And so in some ways, she, gave me my first kind of real tangible piece of coaching. And so I'll always be grateful to her for that. And Joanne has become one of my just good coaching buddies. I mean, we connect often. I grew up watching her play high school basketball, believe it or not, at Northwood. And so, just a phenomenal, humble pair who gets it done, and they do it. They do what they do well. Everyone knows exactly what they're going to get when they play Huntington. You know what they're going to run, and you just can't stop it. I mean, they just execute so well. And if you're not playing them, they're really fun to watch. But when you play them, you're always in for a battle. I mean, they are tough. They rebound so well, and they don't give away free possessions.
What do you got to do to beat this team today?
Well, I mentioned one. We got to box out, especially Saylor. She's leading the nation in rebounding, total, average, you name it. She's at the top, and you let her get loose on a couple rebounds, and there's 4, 6, 8 points right there. You give up on an offensive rebound to one player. So we've got to be committed to the box outs, and we've got to be able to defend the three well. We've struggled with that. Maybe that was one thing last week that we just didn't do all that well defensively. We've got to get out and take away the three-point shot from them. And then in terms of execution, we've actually executed well. We just need to hit shots, and that just comes – we had the girls in the gym all week. They feel confident, and so it's a key, I think, but there's not a ton you can do other than just have the ball go in the hoop. So I think those are the big ones.
Best of luck tonight, Coach.
Thank you very much.
Well, once again, that is Eric Gingrich joining us here on the pregame show. Prior to that, Lori Keller, really one of the neat ladies that's involved in college basketball. I'm Paul Condry along with Coach Mark Gardner. Glad you can join us here today. Also, kudos go out to Tanya Condry and also Laura Hoover up there, taking care of all the details up top. Ladies, thanks for everything here tonight. We're going to head on over to our opening announcements and all the particulars that are involved with that here momentarily. But stay safe out there in northern Indiana as the temperature is scheduled to fall a little bit this evening. And then we're anticipating a warm-up, which, Coach, at this stage, that sounds really, really good, doesn't it?
I'm in favor of warm-up. Got my tickets for flights to Florida, February 25th, warmer weather.
All right.
For tonight's Destiny Rescue Blackout game between the Huntington Foresters and your Bethel College Lady Pilots. The Crossroads League's women's basketball teams are partnering with a Christian nonprofit organization called Destiny Rescue. Destiny Rescue serves a global mission of rescuing children from sex trafficking, providing a home, counseling, and education to help them heal, teach them a trade, and help them live productive, hope-filled lives. Last year, the women's basketball teams in the Crossroads League raised over $25,000, and that saved 17 girls from the sex trade. Our goal this year is to save 25 girls, and that needs approximately $35,000 to do so. If you would like to join the cause, representatives are here today selling t-shirts and jewelry made by rescued children at the west end of the gym during the game. Check it out to donate, buy a t-shirt, or just to learn more about Destiny Rescue. At this time, will everyone please stand? Gentlemen, kindly remove your hats for our opening prayer by Destiny Rescue's Joe Mann, followed by the playing of our national anthem.
Father, we thank you for this night. We thank you for the work that you're doing in all of the games that are being played, and for all of the teams that have come together to raise the resources, to partner together to rescue more girls out of sex slavery. We just pray that you would bless these efforts, God, that you would pass it and bless it abundantly so that many, many kids are impacted and that we walk away again being used by you to raise awareness and to make a difference. We pray that you bless this game tonight, and we just thank you for your faithfulness
This time we'd like to introduce the starting lineup for the visiting Huntington Foresters. Wearing number 4, Maddie Reeker. Number 5, Erin Moore. And the number 12, Sarah Fryman. Number 24 is Haley Freewall. And finally, number 32 is Brooke Saylor. And now the starting lineup for your Bethel Pilots. We're number 3, Taya Bruce. And number 12, Cam Glenn. Number 22, Michelle Moritas. Wearing number 24 is Jessica Irwin. And number 44, Caitlin Elsasser. The pilots are coached by Mr. Eric Ingrid.
Actually, it'll be Jessica Irwin wearing jersey number 1 tonight. Once again, Maddie Reeker, Erin Moore, Sarah Fryman, Haley Krewald, and Brooke Saylor will be starting for Lori Color squad. They're decked out in the dark green uniforms and the hunter green numbers trimmed in white. Huntington with black letters trimmed in white on the front of the dark green jerseys. The Bethel College Lady Pilots decked out gray shorts, gray jerseys, solid blue numbers, and Bethel's written in white, trimmed in blue on the front of the jerseys. Huntington 13-8, 6-4 in the Crossroads League. Bethel College 6-16, 1-9 in league play. So there you have the details for tonight's game. Huntington coming in averaging 64 a game, giving up 57. Pilots coming in scoring at 58 a game, giving up 66 respectively. And we're ready to get underway, and jumping it up will be Jessica Irwin. She'll be matched up there by Brooke Saylor, the double-double queen of NAIA basketball, averaging 13 rebounds a game, the top rebounder in the country. With a basketball on the far side wing, Fryman now goes here to Saylor. Saylor on the drive, shovels it over here into the near side wing to Krewald. Krewald drives, bounce pass inside, little up and under fake, and a shot and a score for Brooke Saylor. An easy start for the Foresters. They lead 2-0.
Yeah, and all 5 Foresters touched the ball in the first possession. Good ball movement, and they got the look they wanted on the penetrate and dish for the easy 2.
Taya Brees comes out top to Moritas over here, now to Cam Glenn. Cam waiting for a cutter. Goes out to the top now to Michelle Moritas. Moritas back over here to Cam Glenn. Cam back to Taya Bruce. Taya thinks about the triple, goes in the far corner now. 5 seconds on the shot clock. At the top, they go inside to Elsasser. Shot it away. Good. 2-2 ball game. Caitlin Elsasser scores her first field goal of the night.
Coach Kohler jumped up quickly, frustrated with that, because you know what Caitlin's go-to move is. Catches on the post, goes left, and Huntington worked hard for 25 seconds, then let Caitlin go to her move.
Erin Moore goes left baseline. That comes out here to the left elbow to Saylor. Back to the far corner. Triple on the way, no good by Fryman. Here come the Lady Pilots. Cam Glenn over the timeline now into the forecourt. Stops at the free throw line, backs it out, and she'll re-engage the offense here to the right wing now to Moritas. Michelle Moritas pumps, comes back out high here to the top now to Jess Irwin. Back to the foul line, extended left now. Here is Cam Glenn with a drive. The shot missed the layup. Rebound ricochets into the hands of Sarah Fryman, former Huntington North standout. Here's Haley Krewald, Wisconsin native here on the near wing. Goes deep corner. Inside is Saylor. 7-foot shot, no good. Rebound. Caitlin Elsasser, and she throws it away. There's a drive by Reeker to the goal, and she scores.
Work hard on the defensive end. You get a stop, and then you turn around and throw it away. That's disappointing for the Pilots there. Huntington with the 4-2 lead with 8:03 to play.
Here is Elsasser with the ball on the right side wing, waiting for a cutter. Caitlin comes back here to the top now, and the ball stolen away. Bad pass by Moritas. Here's a drive, a shot, and an easy goal for Haley Krewald. And just like that, it's a 6-2 ball game. 2 mistakes, 2 baskets. Huntington leads at 6-2.
We talk all the time, Paul. It's not the turnovers that matter. It's the turnovers that go for scores that really hurt. And if you turn it over and get back and get a stop, it's okay. But right now, the Pilots have given up 4 straight off turnovers.
There's Moritas with the ball on the far wing, waiting for a cutter. Back out high now here to the right wing is Cam Glenn. Skip past to Taya Bruce. Taya, triple off the iron, no good. Rebound. And the ball is, we got a foul called on Jessica Irwin.
That's a frustrating one there, just reaching in there on the rebound. And we know that the freshmen have all struggled with foul trouble this year, Jessica especially. And so She picks up a quick one there and an unnecessary one.
Al Sasser checks out of the ball game now, and back in is Brickner. Or should I say Brickner's on the floor for the first time. The 5'11 freshman from Middlebury, went to Northridge High School. Ball here on the near side wing. Here to Krewald, dribbles to the top, looks one-on-one against Moritas. Skip pass here to the near side to Fryman. Fryman back to the far wing, now to Krewald. Trip ball off the iron, no good. Brickner the rebound for Bethel. Pilots a 6'2 trailer. Here's the ball on the far side wing. Michelle Moritas hits Cam Glenn at the top. Cam goes back to Moritas in the far wing. They're giving Moritas all day. Here's a pass inside, kick out to Taya in the corner. Bruce, three, good. Taya Bruce, her 31st three-point basket of the year, gets the club within one.
And I don't have the stats, Paul, but I'll bet about 28 of those 31 threes have come from the corners. That's where she likes to shoot from, and she looked good on that one.
With the ball here on the right elbow now is Krewald. Back it in, kick back out to the far side wing to Reeker. Reeker on the drive, cut off nicely by Bruce. Bruce bodying her up outside. And now the ball goes into the low post to Saylor. Saylor just ate up Brickner on the dribble drive, and she scores the easy goal. It's now an 8-5 ball game.
Can't have that. Dea Bruce did such a great job out on the outside there, and then Kelsey just got beat off the dribble right along the baseline.
Here's the ball on the right side wing now. Cam Glenn goes deep right corner now to Brickner. Brickner back here to the near wing to Cam. Cam on the dribble, back out to the top to Moritas. Moritas, triple off the iron, no good. Rebound, Brooke Saylor, the former Eastbrook Panther. And now the ball's into the hand of Maddie Ricker. The Wauseon, Ohio products over the timeline now on the far side wing. Now she'll dribble in between the rings, and then back to the right side she goes. Deep right corner now here to Aaron Moore. Moore goes inside the low post. Saylor just took it inside and scores the easy layup. 10-5 ball game. Way too easy for Huntington. All layups, they're going to be shooting high percentage.
Yeah, 5 for 8 so far, 62%. Coach Gingrich talking to Brickner. She ran on the floor about forcing them off the block.
Absolutely. With a basketball out here to the top now, Michelle Moritas goes to Taya Bruce in the far wing. Taya looking for help, comes back to Brickner at the point. Now to the right side, Irwin. Irwin, three, way off the mark. Rebound, Brooke Saylor, the 5'10 junior.
I'm okay with
owning
that
the
shot,
boards
though.
in the early going.
Yeah, I feel like Irwin needs to get 5 to 10 shots a half. So I'm okay with that shot.
Here's the ball in the hands of Saylor. Goes inside the low post. Turnaround shot. Cam Glenn got a piece of that one. And now she ricochets the ball over here to Taya Bruce. Now Michelle Moritas walks it up over the timeline now. On the right-hand dribble, goes right side here to Taya Bruce. Bruce goes deep right corner, now to Brickner. Brickner waiting for help. Back to Taya on the right wing. Now back to the point. And swinging it to the far side, they go to Cam Glenn. Back to the top now, Brickner. Thinks about it, 8 on the shot clock. Moritas on the right wing. Michelle with a spinner ram to the goal. Shot right-handed rejection by Brooke Saylor.
Good drive by Michelle, better defense by Saylor.
Here's Maddie Reeker with a basketball going into the inside. Here's a steal by Brickner. Brickner back the other way. Seesaws through the defense. Drives, shoots, and missed the layup. Oh, my, you did all that work and you blow the layup.
Yeah, great steal, great job of crossing up the defender, getting her back turned, and just came up short, hit the bottom of the rim.
With the ball over here on the far side wing now. Haley Krewald. She stops at the top. Ball reversal back to the far side now to Fryman. Fryman drives down the lane. Spins. Nice job by Cam Glenn to stop the drive. Now here's the ball out on the perimeter. Here. Pass it inside to Saylor. Over here in the near side. Here to Moore. Shot clock winding down. Here's the shot as the horn goes. And it will be Huntington basketball. Here's a tie-up inside of Moritas. Boy, Huntington just wants it more.
Yeah, you have to. The defensive possession is not over until you actually have the ball. In that case, they defended for 30 seconds, forced a bad shot, but then they didn't get the rebound.
Going in the line, Aaron Moore. Huntington on the season, 79% free throw shooting team, number 3 in the country. They're also number 6 in the country in rebound defense, number 10 in the scoring defense, of only giving up 57 points a game. They come in shooting 79% from the field, 43% from two-point range, 34% from three-point range. They're averaging 18 turnovers, 14 assists, 8 steals, and 3 block shots a game. And just like that, because of a pair of free throws, Huntington has a 12-5 advantage.
Huntington shooting 5 of 10 from the floor early on. Pilots are 2 of 8.
The Pilots, at one point in time, closed that gap to 6-5, and since that point in time, it's a 12-5 ball game. Here's Bruce for 3, good. Taya with her second triple on the ball game. Now it's a 12-8 ball game.
She came over and saw us in the pregame there, Paul, and we talked about the fact that her offensive numbers were down for a while when she was in that full face denial. And last few games, though, she's been putting up good numbers, shooting the ball a lot better.
Rebecca Skimmerhorn's in the ball game. Here's the ball deflected out, and some substitutions for Lori Color on that last horn. Now on the ball game is Sam Hamill at Pendleton Heights Stadium. Here's a shot from the right block, an easy layup for Krewald, and it's now 14-8.
Number 30, Casey Morton, also in the game for the Foresters. Guarding Elsasser on the low post.
Here is Bruce going to the far side wing now to Brickner. Back out to the top to Irwin. Jessica Irwin goes right side now to Skimmerhorn. Skimmerhorn looking for some help. Still on the look, gives up the dribble for no reason. Now over here, and a foul called on Sarah Fryman. Bumping off Irwin.
First foul of the quarter, first foul of the game for Huntington with 2:28 to play here.
I like it.
Yep.
Play ball. Ball to inbound here on the near sideline is Rebecca Skimmerhorn, the 5'8" sophomore who did her prep work out in Ligonier at West Noble High School. And back here is Taya Bruce now on the right wing. Goes back to Irwin at the top. Jess looks things over now to Taya. And the right side now to Becca. Becca here to the free throw line, and there's a whistle inside. 3 seconds. Caitlin Elsasser writing an essay inside, and that'll cost her club a possession, and it's now a 14-8 ball game. 2:19 to go.
In her defense, I'm sure it was a well-written essay.
Oh, she's
Seems
a
like
great
every
kid.
time I stop by here for a sales call, she's out in the lobby doing some homework down out there in the athletic hallway on the
Just
computer.
one of the neatest kids you ever want to be around. Gonna miss her a lot. Always comes by the press table to say hi. Here's Krewald with a pass inside. Now here's Caitlin with a block shot. Inside as she packed that Sarah Fryman offering right back into her chops. Here's the ball into the hands of Irwin. Irwin. Want to say hi to our good friend Don Sturgeon listening tonight in Eastern Indiana. Here's Skimmerhorn for 3. God! Becca doesn't shoot them very often. That's only her 7th 3 of the year. It's now a 14-11 ball game.
Pilots are 4 of 10 from the floor tonight, but 3 of 6 from three-point range, keeping them in it.
With the basketball handle. It's like the Huntington men's team last night. They had 15 three-point baskets in their ball game. Here's a three-point shot from the top of the circle. Nobody put a body on Sarah Fryman. I guess boxing out is optional tonight.
Well, there was nobody near her to even box her out.
16-11.
Paul, we talked about that. You can turn it over and get it back. Elsasser had that 3-second violation, then turned game back to the other end and got the block shot. So she kind of erased that previous turnover.
With the basketball now, Skimmerhorn here on the near wing. Skip pass to Bruce. Lobs it inside to Caitlin Elsasser. Elsasser travels.
Yeah.
Kicks it back out to Irwin. Now back to Skimmerhorn at the top. Back a 3. Ricochets into the hands of Sam Hamill of Huntington University.
Caitlin's working hard on the low post. I'd like to see her go up strong and try and draw a foul down there because she's kicked it out every time she's gotten it down there.
Rieker goes to the right side wing now to Krewald. Krewald on the dribble, hands it back out here now to Rieker. Rieker gives it off to Krewald. Long triple from the corner. No good. Rebound once again. Pilots lose the rebound war inside. Who's the whistle going to be against?
It's going to be on
It was a
Brickner.
battle of 30s. Yep. Pilots once again getting beat on a simple box out. Got to find a body and make contact. It's the simple things.
Yeah, and Kelsey was in the right position. She just didn't work hard enough there. She got outworked for the ball. She was right there to box out. Just got to get a little bit more physical. Get him out of the way.
Krewald to inbound the ball. Comes out here on the perimeter near side. Now to Rieker. Rieker dribbles to the top now. Rieker surveying the situation, asking for a cutter. Goes on the far side wing now here to Hamill. Hamill on the drive. And a blocking foul called on the Pilots, Kelsey Brickner.
Kelsey
the
second,
fourth
team's
foul.
yeah.
And now Jessica Irwin will come into the ball game now. And
I don't know if Coach Culler's teasing us, but she just called out 8, and then she called out 6. And if they've got 8 baseline out of bounds plays, that's about 7 more than most teams we've called this year,
no doubt about it.
including the Bethel men.
With a basketball deep right corner now, Kaylee Krewald. Gives out here to Rieker, and Rieker engages here one-on-one against Moritas, and she turned it over.
Oh, the official didn't call it, yeah.
Here's the ball into the hands of Moritas. Free throw line goes now to Cam Glenn. Cam, 3 way off the mark. Rebound, and Skimmerhorn is fouled inside. Good play by Becca to get in position after the air ball by Glenn. That one was about 2 feet short of where it was intended to go.
Cam will tell you, it was a pass. It was a good pass.
Duly
Lulled everybody
noted.
to sleep and sent an 88% foul shoot to the line here.
5.8 seconds to go. Becca going to the line, how she's an 88% free throw shooter, and she missed the first one.
Which proves that percentages mean nothing. Saw that last night. Was Hartman, 47% foul shooter, and he knocked down 2 big ones. And here Becca at 88%. Comes up short on the first one.
Free throw good again on this one. It's now a 16-12 game. I shouldn't have said good again.
Now they can't pick
One
up a
of the
silly
two.
foul here. Don't send them to the free throw
Here's
line.
Krewald looking, kicking off into the corner. Shot is blocked by Moritas. 1/4's in the books here from Mike Lightfoot Court on the campus of Bethel College. The Foresters, a 16-12 leader over the home team here on Regional Radio Sports. We'll be back with more of college basketball right after this on Regional Radio Sports.
To continue to advance by increasing cure rates in childhood cancer. And donors are important to us because you get the feeling that you have a team behind you. When it comes to research and advancements, there are some things that only we can do because we have the resources and we have the focus. And so if St. Jude doesn't do it, who will?
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Finding cures, saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
There are those who dedicate themselves to a sense of honor, to a life of courage, and a commitment to something greater than themselves. They have always defended this nation and each other. They still do. The few, the proud, the Marines.
The horn sounds here. We're coming back to live play here from Mike Lightfoot Court. Paul Condry along with Coach Mark Gardner. We'll take a look at our first quarter numbers. Here's the coach.
The visitors shot 7 of 15, 47%. The Pilots were 4 of 12, 33%. Huntington 0 of 5 from three-point range. The Pilots were 3 of 8. Huntington hit both free throws. Pilots only hit 1. Huntington out-rebounded Bethel 10-6. 2 turnovers for the Foresters, 3 for the Pilots.
Irwin basketball right wing for Bethel goes out here to the top now. Kristen Moan's in the ball game. Back out top, Cam Glenn. The Pilots, Cam Glenn did not score a point in the first quarter. Is that right, Coach?
She only took 2 shots, missed that 3 at the end and missed the layup early.
3-point shot from the near corner here by Irwin is off the mark. And here come the Foresters in those dark green uniforms.
In fact, Bruce was the only Pilot to take more than 2 shots. She was 2 of 3, and they were all 3-point attempts.
Here's a steal. Irwin with a 2-on-1 break goes to Moritas. Michelle spins to the goal and scores. 16-14, Lady Pilots within a deuce.
She may have traveled, but the crowd oohed and awed, and we'll take it. 2 points for Michelle.
Gage Ott, who had the front row seat over there, was smiling with a wide from ear to ear and a big high five over there. Now checking back in for Huntington will be Brooke Saylor. Brooke Saylor on the year, Coach. 10.5 points, 13 rebounds. That's not good enough. How about 3 assists and 1 steal and 1.5 block shots per ball game? Not bad for the 5'10 junior from Eastbrook High School.
Now that's called being an all-around basketball player. Not a shooter, not a defender, not a post player. Just an all-around player right there.
With the basketball out here on the top now is Rika. Around the back dribble over Moan. Comes back out to the top. Kick back out here near side is now Brooke Yoder's in the ballgame, a Westview native. Now comes out here to Rika. Rika on the right wing. Looks, goes here on the near side wing now to Yoder. Yoder on the dribble drive. Cut off by Glenn baseline. Now she comes back out here to the top of the ring now to Hamill. Hamill traveled, no call, and maybe they will call it after all.
Yeah, right call, but a late call. She took a little hop, step, and a jump, and then kicked it out.
So Bethel a 2-point trailer at 16-14 here in the second quarter of this Crossroads League game. And Moritas telegraphed that pass from the 3-quarter court mark.
Yeah, we saw Huntington get a couple steals that went the other way for scores in the first quarter. There's been about 4 or 5 close near steals. They're really diving the passing lanes.
That's like watching Johnny Manziel throw the ball.
Hey.
You know exactly where the ball's going. To the opponent with a basketball here. Glenn goes to Taya Bruce on the far wing. Taya with a pair of triples in the first quarter. Now to Moritas, goes right side, now to Glenn. Cam waits for a cutter. Looking. Comes back out high now. 7 on the shot clock. Here's Irwin. Now here to Moritas. Michelle on the goal. Kick back over here to Moan. And she buries the triple. Her 10th of the year. And the Lady Pilots with a 17-16 lead.
Yeah, 10 3-pointers she's only taken. 21 3-pointers in the season. So I'm sorry, 19.
At the
There's a steal.
3:33 mark, here's the steal. Here's Maritas with a drive. Shoots and couldn't get it to go. And Coach, just moments ago, Lori Kohler wants to take a 30-second timeout. She is not happy because at the 3:33 mark of the first quarter, her club had a 12-5 lead and was about ready to provide the knockout punch, but a key Taya Bruce three-point basket, or a matter of fact, a pair of them, really did the Pilots some special moments there.
And Paul, to me, this is just like many games that we've called this year for the Lady Pilots. Eliminate the scoreboard. And if you're just watching this game, you think that Bethel's getting beat by 5 or 8 points. But because they've been able to knock down some threes, they're winning by 1. But I don't feel like they're outplaying Huntington by any means. They've hit some big shots, and they've knocked down 4 threes, and Huntington hasn't knocked down any. So there's 12 of your 17 points.
Tonight in the Crossroads League, Indiana Wesleyan is at Goshen. Taylor is at Spring Arbor. San Francis is at Marion. That's a key ball game. St. Francis and Marion. I'm predicting a St. Francis win with the new Division I transfer. And Mount Vernon will be at Grace. Marion is at 9-1 in league play. Indiana Wesleyan Taylor tied for second at 8-2. Mount Vernon and St. Francis and Huntington all at 6-4 respectively in the middle of the pack in the Crossroads League. And then we have Spring Arbor, Bethel, and Goshen rounding off the Crossroads League. Here's a jump shot on the perimeter by Sam Hamill. Couldn't go. And now the save is into the hands here to the top at Brooke Yoder. Yoder one-on-one against Maritas. Drives right side, curls out into the corner and asks for help. Comes out to Fryman. Fryman on the hard dribble. Drives, shoots, throws up a prayer. No good. Moan the rebound. Here's Maritas up court quickly. Now here to Irwin. Irwin on the dribble drive. Shoots. Layup off the rim. No good. Rebound. Brooke Yoder.
I'd rather Jessica just stop and pop that three-pointer than attack the double team there.
Reeker goes now here to the right side, down to Hamill. Inside of the high post of Sailor. Sailor one-on-one. Kick back out here to the near wing. Triple on the way. Good. Maddie Reeker, her 44th three-bomb of the year, and Huntington the lead back at 19-17.
Three-point shooting. That's the first one that Reeker's gotten to fall tonight. She got 5 points.
With the ball out here to the top now, Maritas for Bethel College. Her club at 2-point trailer. Now to the right elbow here to Caitlin Alsasser. Alsasser will decide to shoot the jump shot off the rim. No good. And here come the Foresters. What do you think of the shot by Alsasser? We haven't seen enough of him to know if she can shoot it.
No, I mean, they weren't guarding her, so it's not a bad shot. She's wide open, but
Yoder traveled on that exchange. The ball goes inside, kick, save, and a beauty. And now here come the young lady Pilots. Here is a pass down here to Alsasser. She travels, shoots, and scores nonetheless, and we're tied 19-all.
I like that shot a lot better from her. And get down there where you belong and where you can dominate. And glad that she looked to score that time. Talked earlier about her kicking the ball out too often.
With the ball here on the top now, Brooke Yoder. Goes now to the high post, now to Fryman. Now into the low post. Nice little play by Sailor to power up on Alsasser, and she fouled Sailor, and that'll send Sailor to the line. Brooke Sailor, 66% free throw shooter. If there is a Achilles heel in her game, just an average free throw shooter. 5 minutes and 38 seconds to go. She'll try to break the tie. And she's able to give Huntington the lead back at 20-19.
Coach Kohler just had, 32 years of coaching, and she just had one of those moments that we all have, but parents don't get a chance. She said to her sub, "You and Maddie switch," and her sub said, "I thought I was going in for Maddie." Been there, done that, where you say, "Hey, go in for Caleb," and then you say, "Tell Caleb to run the one," and the player looks at you and says, "Coach, Caleb's coming to sit by you," I thought.
21-19. Here's the ball in the hands of Brickner in the deep right corner. Brickner on the dribble drive, lost the handle on it. They're going to say, Mark's favorite call, the juggling call.
There was no juggling. She jumped in the air and landed, and that's called a travel. It's not a juggle.
With a basketball.
Illegal.
Here's Alsasser on the left elbow. Back here to Glenn. Cam on the dribble drive, across the left side, and she was hammered going to the goal.
Going to get her because she kicked it off her pass. It was
as soon as the guy made that call, I knew that you were going to go on top of that one.
The whole Huntington bench is making the travel. There was no juggle. She jumped in the air,
with the ball in hand.
The ball got hit. It never left her hand, and she landed. There's Moan for 3 from the corner.
And she shot ricochets out here on the side where Brooke Yoder tracks it down for Huntington.
That's kind of
Huntington by 2.
Quick shot for Kristen, but she was unguarded. I think they caught Huntington off guard there, and so she had to shoot it, but I think she was a little surprised she was wide open.
Hamill kick out to the left corner. Triple, absolutely picture perfect for Brooke Yoder. And the Foresters back in front 24-19.
A three-pointer makes such a difference. Down 17-16. Now they knock down a couple threes, and they've got a 5-point lead.
Elsasser free throw line. Back here to Cam Glenn, and Elsasser throws it away.
Turnover number 4 only for the Pilots. Huntington has 6.
With the basketball now, Sam Hamill, a 5'7" freshman who prepped at Pendleton Heights High School with the Arabians. Back out here to the top now, Fryman. Fryman on the drive down the left side of the lane. Shot no good. Rebound, Elsasser. Now to Glenn. Cam in transition. 2 on 4. Cam backs it out of harm's way. Goes to Brickner. Brickner on the stop. Kicks it out here in the corner. Pass it inside to Elsasser. Elsasser, bank shot, good. 24-21 Foresters. Kate with a nice play inside the post.
6 points, 3 rebounds, and I love the way she's being aggressive tonight.
I can hear it to the top now. Hamill flares to the near
Nice
wing, goes back door. Beautiful pass to Yoder. Shot ricochets wide, and here comes Skimmerhorn. Up court quickly to Brickner. Brickner to the goal, and she scores. The Bethel Lady Pilots running the floor for the goal there. 3:41 to go, and it's a 1-point ball game.
A lot of things had to happen there. First, Kelsey has to work hard and beat everybody down the floor. Becca has to see her and then deliver a picture-perfect pass. Tough catch, great finish.
Hamill at the top of the ring goes right side now to Krewald. Krewald gives up the dribble, back out to the point to Hamill. Hamill tied up there, goes into the low post. Sailor, turn around, Jay, no good. A rebound. Brickner tried to track it down, and the ball's on the floor. Who's got it?
Elsasser.
Elsasser. Here is Brickner
Look
back
out.
the other way.
Oh, good hustle.
And an outstanding hustle play by Sam Hamill.
Always had a rule. You can't do the same dribble more than twice if the trailers come behind us. You got to cross over, hesitate, do something. Third dribble there, Kelsey got picked.
Hamill with the ball out here. 19 on the shot clock, just under $3 to go. Lori Culler right in front of our vantage point, shouting out instructions. Goes inside of the low post, Sailor. Sailor turns and squares. Skip past to the far side, now to Fryman. Fryman's Jay, no good. A rebound. Rebecca Schemmerhorn. She has really played well coming in.
And we talked to Coach Gingrich about this. She's gotten so much better, so much more confident, I guess, as the years gone on.
Timeout on the floor. I believe that's Sarah Gingrich with the timeout with 2:37 to go, and I believe it's going to be a complete 60-second timeout. We'll take one, too. Huntington by 1. 2.5 to go here in the second quarter. We'll be back with more of College Buckets right after this brief timeout on the Regional Radio Sports Network.
Mothers know minivans. Gates knows minivans. More vans, more colors, more models and brands. Gates, more locations in Michiana, more savings.
Gates knows. Now you know.
When your child's in the hospital, the last thing you want to do is to leave their bedside.
If we had to leave the hospital at any time, it would have drove us nuts.
The family room was definitely a blessing for us. We needed to be close to our daughter, and it gave us exactly what we needed at that time.
Make a difference in the life of a family when they need it most. Give to the Ronald McDonald House at Memorial Children's Hospital in South Bend.
Welcome back here on Regional Radio Sports. Paul Condry, Mark Gardner. Glad you can join us here today. Cam Glenn with the basketball. Bethel, a 1-point trailer at 24-23. Taya Bruce at the top, goes right side now here to Schemmerhorn. Fakes right. Still on the look. Now comes back high now to Cam Glenn. Glenn with a drive, stops, crosses over. Jump pass in the corner to Irwin for 3. Shot clock violation, and it'll be Huntington basketball to move from right to left.
Yeah, it's a unnecessary whistle there to get Michelle in, but usually once the defense has the ball as the shot clock expires, just play on. But
Coach, I like the Bethel Lady Pilots body language. A little bit more confident, a little bit more relaxed group out here tonight.
Yeah, and they do that. You know, they go through these stretches where they look like, and Coach Culler hit on that in the pregame, they can beat anybody in the conference. You can't look past them, but yet they'll also lose by 25 to anybody in the conference.
And there's a foul call. Oh, man, that's a questionable call there. They're both gals going for the ball at the same time.
And Jessica was in front of the offensive player, I thought there, but apparently not.
That'll be the third foul on the Pilots. And
Jessica's
now it'll
second
be
foul.
third team foul.
Yep.
With the basketball on the drive here, Crewell cut off, kick back out to the right wing to Morton. Casey Morton's jump shot comes out long, tracked down by Maddie Reeker. Ball goes inside of the low post. There's an easy layup opportunity. Oh, my. Off the shot for Brooke Saylor. She missed a bunny.
Yep, she missed the
Didn't
easy
miss
one.
very many of those.
Nope, missed the easy one and then picked up the foul, frustration foul there as she went over the back of Maritis. It's going to be her second
She
foul.
looks tired.
Yeah, she'll come to the bench here with 2. Coach Gingrich leaving Irwin in with 2 fouls here with 1:44 to play, which surprises me because they're not a very deep team. Can't afford to pick up that 3rd foul here. So trust her. She needs to make good decisions.
Maritis with the ball now here at the top of the ring now. Looks right. Stays on that right-hand dribble. Now comes back right side now here to Shimmerhorn.
Good
Inside
cut.
pass to Taya Bruce. Oh, and Taya missed the layup. Boy, she beat Sam Hamill off the dribble, and she just missed the layup.
So Maritis has missed one. Taya's missed one. Cam's missed one. Brickner's missed one. Irwin's missed one.
Yeah, you're talking about missing. You got a 10-point. You got a 10-point lead if you make your layups.
Yep.
Just the layups. I'm not talking about anything else but layups. Boy, what a job. Fryman is just getting ate up by Taya Bruce. Block here to the top now. Hamill with the drive. Scores with 7 seconds on the shot clock. And a whistle. What's the call going to be? 26-23 is the score. And with 1:03 to go in the first half. Unique dynamic there. They took a moment of silence with 1 minute to go. Hey, we want to say hi to Beth and John
Moneyheffer.
Listening to our broadcast down in Florida. They mentioned it to us last night on the men's game, so we're hoping that we got you guys hooked up here tonight on the women's game. Here's Maritis with the ball at the free throw line. Goes to right side. Irwin nearly lost the handle on that hot potato. Comes back out to the top. To the far wing now, Taya Bruce. Taya looking. Comes out to the top to Becca. Back to the right side of Maritis, down in the corner now to Irwin. Jessica Irwin on the hard dribble. Goes back to Shimmerhorn. 8 on the shot clock. Becca on the drive. Shoots, scores, and a foul is called. 26-25 with 37.9 seconds to go. Shimmerhorn has come off the bench. She comes into the ball game, Coach.
2.5 points a game.
Absolutely.
All she's done
already
is knocked down 6 here in the first half with a chance to make it 7.
a good start for her. This is what the Lady Pilots are in desperate need of, is to get some of these players off the bench to contribute to the squad. And she completes the old-fashioned three-point play. And ladies and gentlemen, we have a 26-26 ball game.
So we talked about 5 missed layups, right? The Lady Pilots are 6 of 12 from 2-point range. So they've only missed 1 shot besides those 5. I mean, they've not.
They haven't taken a lot of mid-range jump shot to begin with.
No, they've gotten, and that's what we've talked about. They play hard. They get the look they want. They just don't execute.
Fryman with a pass inside. Nice job on the double down by Cam Glenn from help side defense. There's a triple from the far side by Reeker. No good. The rebound comes out high.
Coach wants 1 shot. Yeah, she wants to pull back out. Great recognition, because you know the players are looking to score there. She wants to hold it for 1.
Reeker with the basketball now here. Goes deep right corner now here to Crewell. Crewell pull up 16-footer. Good. 28-26 Foresters, as a half-court shot by Maritis is off the mark, no good. Yeah, really entertaining first half of play here from Bethel College at Mike Lightfoot Court. Huntington, a 28-26 leader at the intermission. We'll be back with more college basketball right after this brief timeout on Regional Radio Sports.
Donate to our new house at loveshinethrough.org.
They came from every corner of the country, from small towns and big cities. But they all shared one thing in common. They belonged to a family called Marines, a tough and determined few dedicated to protecting everything we hold sacred. And still, they come. Celebrate the history of those proud few who have earned the title Marine.
Whatever you want to grow, Teachers Credit Union is ready to help. Visit a branch or tcunet.com today. Teachers Credit Union. Financial solutions. Teachers Credit Union deposits are federally insured by the NCUA, and we are an equal housing opportunity.
There's always a moment of truth where I say, look, it's either put up or shut up. And it was time to put up. I had crossed that thin line. It was 100+ degrees. We were hot. We were on fire. We were yelling our hearts out. You could feel the intensity rising. Even in our tiredness, even in our weakness, even in our pain, we continued to push. I told myself, you can suck up the pain for another 1.5 miles, and you will be a Marine. Not many people believe that I could do it. I don't know where I got the energy from. I don't know where the pain went to. But all I know is that I had what it took. I am a United States Marine.
DFC Darrell Willis serves his country as a Marine. Will you? Visit Marines.com or call 1-800-MARINES. The few, the proud, the Marines.
Welcome back here on Regional Radio Sports. Paul Condry along with Coach Mark Gardner. They have turned out the lights here at our broadcast location and showing a video here. I'm going to take a look at our first half scoring and stats as the Destiny Rescue video is up on the big screen. First of all, for Huntington University, Huntington 11 of 28 from the field, 39%. Foresters 2 of 10 from long range, 20%. Foresters perfect at the line, 4 for 4. Huntington had 6 offensive rebounds, 14 defensive rebounds, and a total of 20. They out-rebounded Bethel 20-12. Bethel 10 of 25 from the field, 40%. 4 of 13 from long range, 30%. And the Pilots 2 of 3 at the line, 66%. 7 fouls whistled on Bethel, and 5 fouls were whistled on Huntington. 5 assists for the Foresters, 6 turnovers, 1 block, and 4 steals. Bethel with 9 assists in the first half. Outstanding ball movement, 5 turnovers, 2 block shots, and 5 steals in the first half. We're going to take a quick timeout, come back. Coach has got our first half individual stats right after this on the Regional Radio Sports Network.
Children. Learn more at stjude.org.
Centier Bank is Indiana's largest private family-owned bank. Since 1895, the Schrag family has built a legacy of success through business and by servicing the communities of northern and central Indiana. Centier's not-for-sale promise pledges to the communities we serve that we will continue to preserve independent banking in Indiana for generations to come. Centier Bank is proud to serve the communities of northern and central Indiana. Please visit Centier.com for more information, and don't forget to like us on Facebook, member FDIC.
Nothing but top-selling models at Gates of Granger, Michiana's newest, hottest pre-owned sales lot. If you can't tell the difference, why pay the difference? Only you and I know it's used, and I won't tell.
Gates knows. Now you know.
Welcome back here at the half of the Destiny Rescue evening here. You can set her free. Once again, take a look at getting involved in this ministry, rescuing, restoring, and reintegrating. That's what it's all about here, and you can check it out at destinyrescue.org. Mark, let's go over our first half individual numbers.
All right, Paul. First individual numbers here for the visitors from Huntington. Maddie Reeker, 2 of 3 from the floor, 1 of 2 from downtown. She had 5 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. Erin Moore missed her only shot. She did knock down a couple free throws, 2 points. Sarah Fryman, 1 for 7 from the floor, 0 of 3 from behind the line, 2 points, 4 rebounds. Brooke Yoder knocked down 3-pointer. She was 1 of 2 from the floor. She has 3 points, 2 rebounds. Sam Hamill, 1 of 2 from the floor, 2 points, 3 rebounds, and an assist. Haley Crewell, 3 of 5 from the floor. She missed both 3-pointers, 6 points, and a rebound. Casey Morton missed both of her shots. They were 3-point attempts. Brooke Saylor, 3 of 6 from the floor, 2 of 2 from the line, 8 points, 6 rebounds, and an assist, but she does have 2 first-half fouls. For the home team, Jessica Irwin was 0 of 4 from the floor. She missed all 3 of her 3-point attempts. She did have 2 assists, but she's playing with 2 fouls. Taya Bruce, 2 of 4 from the floor, 2 of 3 from behind the line, 6 points, 1 rebound. Cam Glenn did not shoot in the second quarter, 0 of 2 for the game, 0 of 1 from 3-point range, 0 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist.
If you would have told me before the ball game that at the half the Pilots are a 2-point trailer and Cam Glenn has not scored a point.
Or Irwin.
Yeah, I would have said you're nuts.
Yeah.
Their bench has done a great job.
Yeah, those two come in. Cam comes in averaging 16.5. Jessica's averaging 10. So
26 points per ball game between the two.
Yeah. Becca's talking about the bench. Becca's 2 of 3 from the floor, 1 of 2 from downtown, 2 of 3 from the foul line, 7 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. Michelle Moritas, 1 of 4 from the floor, 0 of 1 from 3-point range, 2 points, 2 assists, and a rebound. Kelsey Brickner, 1 of 2 from the floor, 2 points, 1 rebound. Krista Moan, 1 of 2 from the floor. They were both 3-point attempts, 3 points and a rebound. And Caitlin L. Sasser, 3 of 4 from the floor, 6 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists for Caitlin. A couple stats that jump out. You talked about 9 assists on their 10 made baskets for the Pilots. Points off turnovers. Huntington, remember, it was 6 of 2. Huntington led early off back-to-back turnovers that went the other way. They only had 4 points off turnovers the entire half. So after about the 8-minute mark of the first quarter, the Pilots did not give up another point off turnover.
All right, we're going to take a quick timeout, come back with more of college basketball right after this brief timeout on Regional Radio Sports.
This is boot camp. This is the real thing now. You've never done anything so hard in your life. You don't understand how you can finish. It takes inner strength and desire to become a Marine. When I finished, I was like, I did it. The moment I will never forget is when this drill instructor that I admired so much comes up to me and said, "Good morning, Marine."
PFC Summer Volkman became a Marine. Can you? Visit Marines.com or call 1-800-MARINES.
They say growth is a journey and not a destination. At Teachers Credit Union, we agree. Helping our communities grow has been our mission ever since we began our journey in 1931. And supporting our members' growth has helped us to become Indiana's largest credit union. And we're just getting started. Whatever you want to grow, Teachers Credit Union is ready to help. Visit a branch or tcunet.com today. Teachers Credit Union deposits are federally insured by the NCUA, and we are an equal housing opportunity.
It's pouring rain. It's real dark outside.
Welcome back here on Regional Radio Sports. Paul Condry along with Coach Mark Gardner joining us here at the intermission. Bethel Assistant Athletic Director and women's golf coach Chris Hess here today. Chris, a die-hard Minnesota Vikings fan, had his heart crushed. You got to give me a secret.
I can't believe he went there.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
All right, who's going to win the Super Bowl?
Well, first of all, you pulled me over here for that. That's just.
All right.
That's dirty play.
That it was.
More importantly, who are you hanging out with during the Super Bowl?
Well, now you've got good company, hopefully with yourself, but yeah. Wow, the wound is still too deep. The blood is still.
Is it really?
Yeah, it really is.
Okay. Well, we were talking earlier, and the reason I brought it up, we're talking about this ministry going on, and your dad, when he was alive, was and I was talking to Laura Hoover about that. Your dad was the team chaplain for some of the Minnesota sports teams, the Twins and the Vikings. So you have a love for your sports team that's a little bit different than what the normal fan has, because you grew up literally in the arms of a lot of the professional athletes.
Oh, yeah.
When you watch a game like the magnitude of this past weekend, is things different than most sports fans ever experienced? That's the reason I wanted to bring it up.
Well, as a little kid, I would go with my dad into the locker room, into the clubhouse. We would have players come to our home. I learned to play some sports from professional athletes. And so, yeah, that passion now 35, 40 years later is still there. I had some friends that wanted to come and watch the game with me. I just wanted to be by myself. I didn't want anybody to talk to me, and just, yeah, it's amazing that I still have that passion for a team like that. But I think it's a love and a connection that I had with my dad as a kid that I haven't had for, he's been gone for about 25 years now. And it's kind of a connection. I was down in my basement watching it with my son, and that's the connection that we have, and I think it's because of the connection I had with my dad.
It's really interesting the way the Crossroads League has embraced this ministry, Destiny Rescue, and I know as an administrator and as a coach, seldom can we get on the same page about things, whether it be political, about sports teams. Nobody can agree on anything. But it seems like the Crossroads League has really got it right in regards to this ministry of Destiny Rescue. Your thoughts on that?
It's awesome. It's where all of a sudden you got 10 teams that want to beat each other's brains out. They're on the same team, you know, and they're talking about over 2,000 kids that they've saved from just a life of hell, essentially. I think it's an amazing thing. Not just like a ministry like this, but I think all 10 of our Crossroads teams really do a great job of looking for ministry opportunities just in general, just an opportunity to serve. I know that all the communities, there's teams that are out there doing so many good things, and to me, it's probably the best lessons that our student athletes can learn. You know, they're learning a lot of things in sports and the games that they play, but man, when they can get out there and really see, it's almost like a mini missions trip, even within their community, where they can see what else is going on in this world and have a different perspective.
For many, many years, you were on the Jody Martinez coaching staff here. You're also coach on Mike Lightfoot's staff, and the lady behind you here today is really bloomed where she is planted. And Lori Collar, the women's basketball coach and athletic director, her and Joanne Green have had a great relationship, a long-running tenure, 24 years together. Can you speak to the fact what Lori has done with her ministry at Huntington, and really one of the class acts and always one of the most well-prepared coaches, and her teams are a direct mirror of her personality?
I've felt that way even before I started coaching with Jody, 15 years ago. Typically, Lori's got a smaller roster size of 10 to 12. Some years it's been even less than that. They are a well-oiled, they're a machine. They're just so disciplined, and it doesn't even matter what type of players that they've got. They're going to always bring just tremendous effort. So, yeah, I think every coach would feel the same way with their respect for her and what she's done in her, what'd you say, 64 years of coaching?
32.
Yeah.
32 years. All right, final thought. The Bethel Lady Pilots probably played one of the best halves of the season. I would have told you to be at halftime that Cam Glenn was held off the score sheet and they're only a 2-point trailer. You would have to say really well that they have played. So it's good to see some of these. We can see some small improvement. This team just needs to develop some swagger. They have no swagger all year. Got a little bit of it tonight. I think that's what I think winning a couple games here and knocking down some shots will do for you.
It's hard, I know, and I know the coaching staff, and I watch this team really closely. It's tough because losses, having 6 or 7 losses in a row, and they're really focused just on kind of what's in front of them instead of seeing the big picture. One thing you can't question is they do come out and they play hard. They've really done a good job with that tonight, and the future, I think the future is going to get better and better for them. And Becca Schermerhorn, that first half, with big points off the bench.
Yeah. 6 points, she averages 2.5.
Excited when stuff like that happens. I'm proud of them. I know that they're going through a tough season, but there's no quit in them, that's for sure, and that's something that they can be proud of.
So who are you rooting for in the Super Bowl? Are you even going to watch it?
Who's playing?
Some team from New England. I don't know. The Boston Patriots are playing, I believe.
We'll be watching Pawn Stars or something.
Yeah,
and, American Pickers.
Yeah.
There you go. Good to see you, my friend.
Thanks, guys.
Once again, one of my favorite people in the history of sports, Chris Hess. Always fun to hang out with. There's not a guy who loves this institution more than that guy.
So I'm blessed to live down the street from Chris. We're close friends, but also with my role at Zip Printing, I do a lot of sales here with Bethel. And so I get to work with Chris almost daily. Stop by and just today was a 40-minute start of my day. 8 o'clock I was here and sat in his office till 8:40, 8:45. And we talked business, we talked life. We talked about the Vikings game. And I asked him, would it be harder to lose like the Saints did the week before and just have it ripped away in the last second, or like they did? And I think it was like they did. You knew by halftime it's just not our day, and that's what he said. It was easier to know that it's just not going to happen than to just have it ripped away from you.
All right, we're going to get back to live play here. I see my good friend and teammate Jason Kuntz is in the building on the far side there. Tanya Condry, good to have him here today. Once again, Bethel College Lady Pilots, gray shorts, gray jerseys. They'll be moving from right to left on your screen here in the second 20 minutes. Huntington University, dark green jerseys, and of course the The green numbers are trimmed in white. They're moving from left to right. Just underway here. Foresters 13-8. Lady Pilots 6-16. Here's a turnover of Huntington on the first possession of the ball game.
Some halftime scores here across the conference. Indiana Wesleyan leads Goshen 32-25. Game's a lot closer than I thought it would be. Marion leads St. Francis 31-30 at the half. And Mount Vernon leads Grace 32-27.
And what's the confusion about here?
I think Coach Gingrich thought there was a wet spot on the floor because Maritas ended up on the floor, but she's laughing. She's like, no, I just tripped.
Tripped over my own feet.
Cam's laughing at her. She brings the ball up the floor as well.
Cam over the timeline, goes right side now to Taya Bruce. Bruce looking. One of the things that we've seen from this Bethel team is predominantly every single ball game they take a quarter off or something happens and they fall apart. So let's see if that's going to be the case tonight. Here's Maritas with the ball. 9 on the shot clock. Goes back here to Irwin on the left wing. Jess inside of the low post now to Alsasser. And Caitlin travel with the basketball.
Really would like to see Cam get aggressive and try and attack the rim. She did earlier in the game and came up short on the layup, but she got to the rim. Need to see her try and be more aggressive.
Over the timeline, Maddie Reeker. Reeker in between the circles. Going to try to drift over here to the right where she's picked up by Irwin. And now the pass inside to the right baseline. Shover's shot from the left baseline. Excuse me, Aaron Moore with the miss. And the ball goes off the fingertips of the Foresters, and they throw it away.
And like all good officials, he just stands there and lets Tiago chase it down because God forbid an official have to go more than 5 feet away from the floor and pick up a basketball.
Track down the pumpkin, exactly.
Yeah. I mean, he's the only one getting paid out here tonight. He makes, oh, never mind. All right.
Here's Alsasser with the ball on the left wing. Waits for a cutter, comes out high now to Taya Bruce. Back to Maritas on the right wing. Michelle hawked out there by Reeker. Goes inside of to Irwin. Irwin leans in, comes back to Alsasser. Her 16-foot shot is good. Ooh. Got the shooters rolling. We're tied 28-all. Our second tie of the ball game.
If it's raining outside, it might be Caitlin's fault because that one got way up into the rafters, but it dropped in with a friendly roll.
With a basketball here on the right side now, Krewall. Inside of the low post is Saylor. Saylor skip past to Reeker on the far wing. Her triple goes off the rim. Ricochets out long to Aaron Moore. Moore finds the cutter in. Nice job by Irwin to step into the passing lanes. Here's Glenn driving, shooting. Nope, she's going to kick it out into the corner, and they're going to say off of who? Off of Forrester. And it'll be BC ball. 8:04 to go, third quarter.
Interesting finish there.
We're tied at 28-all. That guy here on the near side is Maritas. She spins, fakes, goes now to Taya. Taya on the right wing, jab steps, looks, comes back out to the top to Maritas. Back to Glenn on the near wing. Cam one-on-one against Krewald. Comes back out to Irwin. 10 on the shot clock. Now Bruce on the right wing. Comes inside and Taya throws it away.
Still got tipped off of Saylor, I believe.
Oh, the Pilots got a break there.
Yeah, Saylor couldn't get her hand out of the way fast enough.
And to inbound the ball to the right of the lane will be Cam Glenn. Cam looking for some help, goes to Taya in the corner. Taya on the dribble, throws it inside to the low post, and she throws it away eventually. Fryman comes away with the loose pumpkin.
And that one wasn't there, just a forced post entry pass right there.
Reeker one-on-one against Maritas on the far wing. Goes over there to Aaron Moore. Moore backing in on top. There's a pass inside of the low post. Saylor to the goal, and she was hammered.
It's your third foul on Irwin.
And at the 7:27 mark of the third quarter and a tie ball game, going to the line. They're going to say that's a two-shot foul for Saylor. Brooke Saylor, a 66% free throw shooter. She has started 22 games for a Lori Colors basketball team on the year. And the free throw goes in and out. No good. She'll have another. Bruckner checking into the ball game for Alsasser.
Interesting. Irwin's going to stay on the floor, play with those three fouls. Saylor's got to get that ball. She gets that ball almost Bill Cartwright style up over her head on this free throw. It's an interesting style in her shot, and then it kind of explains the 66% as she.
Free throw this time is good,
Yep.
But it's a 29-28 ball game. 1 of 2 for Saylor. Now here's Bruckner on the left wing, nearly threw it away.
24, Krewald has gotten her hand on multiple passes.
Cam Glenn shovels it out to Maritas. Maritas crosses over. drives, shoots from the right block, and scores to give the Pilots the lead at 30-29. 7:08 to go in the quarter.
Most aggressive we've seen Michelle as far as attacking the rim. She had the spin move earlier. That one there with the nice crossover.
Here's Erin Moore. Back out to the free throw line now to Fryman. Fryman, they go down to the low post. Turnaround shot. Saylor scores. 31-30 was we seesaw here at the 6:49 mark. Forsters by one. Here is Taya Bruce.
Pilots need to adjust on this end, though, Paul. Huntington's running the same offense. Flash the high post, go back door for the lob. They've run it 3 times in a row now.
Ball here on the near side wing. Irwin comes out to the top to Moritas and quickly to Bruce on the right wing. Bruce now comes back out here top to Brickner. She launches the triple and knocks it down. 33-31 BC on the triple.
It's a good look. Kelsey Brickner's a good 3-point shooter. That's her 23rd on the season. See if Huntington runs the same play they've been running the entire half here.
Ball on the right wing now, Erin Moore. Goes to the high post here to Fryman. Fryman had it knocked away, and
it's got to be 3 seconds. Oh, thank you.
And a turnover on the Foresters. And at the 6:06 mark, Irwin checks out of the ballgame, and Rebecca Schemmerhorn coming into the ballgame. We're in jersey 14.
Two teams did a good job in the first half. 6 turnovers for the visitors, 5 for the
All right,
home
they're
team.
going to play zone defense. They're going to go to
2-3 zone.
2-3 zone.
Yeah, the second half here, Huntington already with 3 turnovers, and the Pilots with 2.
With the basketball now here is Michelle Moritas. We'll see if they recognize what to do. Here's a pass to the free throw line, Bruce. Back into the corner now, Brickner. Brickner on the dribble. Goes inside and was fouled by Saylor. And that's going to bring up her third.
He called Crewell, but I think you called it right. I think it was Saylor that got her hand in there. It's a fortunate call for
Huntington.
For Huntington, absolutely, yeah.
And checking into the ballgame will be Sam Hamill, the 5'7" freshman. But it's Brickner to the line to try to give her club a little bit of a cushion. Free throw well off the mark. And one more opportunity for Brickner as Erin Moore checks out of the ballgame now.
Coachable moment here, talking about the defense and how to adjust over there.
Brickner's second free throw good this time, so she was one of the 2 on the exchange. And now it's a 3-point Bethel lead, their largest of the night.
Kelsey with 6 points tonight.
There's the ball in the hands of Rieker. Boy, Crewell just handed it to her, bounced it to her, and it came up and hit her in the nose. Here's Rieker with the ball, deep right corner, guarded by Bruce. Comes to Saylor. Saylor on the drive, and she was hand-checked by Schemmerhorn, and that's an easy call right there by the official.
And Coach Ginger saying, don't let her dribble baseline, force to the middle. That's where all your help is.
And now it'll be Crewell to inbound the ball here on the near end line. Comes out here to the right elbow to Hamill. Hamill's shot in the way, no good. Ball ricochets out here on the perimeter, and it's tracked down by Saylor. Good hustle out there by Saylor as well as Moritas, and now 50-50 ball. Ball right side wing, Crewell. Looking for some help. Looking, now comes back out here to the far side wing, now here to Rieker. Rieker, 15 on the shot clock. Ball goes inside, ball's on a 4. Cam Glenn with the steal. Up court quickly. Brickner was cherry picking. She drives, shoots, and scores. 36-31. Lady Pilots, and Lori Carr wants the timeout with 4:54 to go in the third quarter. Bethel has its largest lead of the evening. We'll be back with more BC Hoops right after this on Regional Radio Sports.
Your heart starts beating really, really fast. You've never done anything so hard in your life. This is boot camp. This is the real thing now. It's such extreme pain, you don't understand how you can finish. I began to feel that there was no way I was ever going to have my title, U.S. Marine. It takes special inner strength, courage, and desire to do this. I was just thinking, I'm so close. I'm so close. And when I finished, I was like, I'm done. I did it. The moment I will never forget is when this drill instructor that I admire so much comes up to me straight in front of me, put her arm on my shoulder and said, "Good morning, Marine."
Yep. Welcome back here on Regional Radio Sports. Ball here on the right side wing for Maddie Rieker. And it goes inside to Saylor. Saylor with a jab step. Now Sasser gave her the ball ricochets. Up court quickly. Here's Brickner on the breakout. Brickner to the goal, and she scores the layup. 38-31. Lady Pilots, 4:29 to go.
5 turnovers this quarter for Huntington. They've been outscored 12-3 this quarter. And points off turnovers, the Pilots now with 15 points off turnovers.
Coach Huntington had in the first half
6 turnovers?
6 turnovers.
Yeah, and they've got 5 already here in the first 5 minutes.
Yeah,
and the
Bethel
Pilots
has its largest lead in a month. 7-point lead. Keep in mind, this is a Lady Pilots basketball team. Here's another turnover.
It's going this way. Yep. And keep in mind, Camp Glenn and Jessica Irwin haven't scored tonight. These two average 26 points combined. They have not scored, and their team's winning by 7 points, which tells you how far this team has come.
No question about it. Here is the ball in the hands of Elsasser. Goes to Brickner, deep left corner. Brickner around the screen, drive, shoots. Nice block by Saylor for Huntington on the Brickner offering. There's Reeker over the timeline now. It's Casey Morton in strike. Back out here to Krewall. Krewall just ran over Taya Bruce. There's a drive and a shot. And it looks like Krewall is going to earn a pair of free throws. She's trying to take matters into her own hands that time. And that ball is going to be whistled on Caitlin Elsasser.
It's going to be Caitlin's third.
Lady Pilots, who have come into this in a 7-game losing streak, have been outscored by 136 points in the last 7 games. That's 19 points per ball game, folks. And it's a Huntington team that has won 4 of its last 5. The lone loss on the ledger, you can give them a break. How about a 1-point loss to the defending national champions? The free throw no good, and the ball goes off a Saylor out of bounds. Oh, my. Not only did they miss a pair of free throws, the officials missed the call on the 50-50 ball underneath the goal. Here's the ball into the corner now. Here is Casey Morton handing it out back out to Reeker. Reeker back to right side now here to Krewall. Krewall with a jab step, drive, shoots, missed the shot, rebound. Saylor with the easy left-handed layup. 38-31. Only the second field goal of the quarter for the Foresters.
Saylor now with her double-double. 10 rebounds, 13 points.
That's what she does well. Here's Brickner going out here to the top now to Elsasser. Now to Moritas on the left wing. Michelle Moritas goes back to Skimmerhorn at the top. And she launches the triple, grazes the front of the iron. The ball's on the floor. And then there's Moritas heading that's a heads-up play by Moritas.
Everybody else is running down here to play defense against nobody, and Michelle's diving in there. But there's 4 Foresters and 1 Pilot, and it's turnover.
Because of her hustle play, the Foresters throw it away.
We saw that back in the Bethel Grace men's game. Eric Bowen would hang out down here. I told you, Krewald has been in the passing lane all night, Paul, and she finally got one.
And here's an easy goal for Morton.
And Krewald's been diving the passing lanes all night and has been so close, and she finally got rewarded with one.
And now it's 38-35 in favor of the Pilots at the 2:55 for the first time in the half. Huntington has back-to-back field goals. Here's Brickner with a drive down the lane, and she scores. What a pass by Elsasser. They set the table up perfectly.
How about Brickner? 12 points. A lot of them here in the second half. She had at the half.
And your scoreless duo, Glenn and Irwin, just check into the ballgame.
That's okay. Kelsey had 2 in the first half, so she's got 10 now in the second half.
And now checking into the ballgame will be Huntington North standout Sarah Fryman for Huntington University. And checking out of the ballgame will be Casey Morton, a 5'11 junior who prepped at nearby Penn High. As Brickner's at the line, spins it, deep knee bend, free throw, good. Old-fashioned three-point play gives Bethel a 41-35 lead.
Help me out here, Paul. Who was the point guard from Goshen that played for Jody and Woody? Oh, my goodness.
Redhead?
Yes.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
That's who.
Amy Swihart.
Amy Swihart, yeah. Krewald reminds me of Amy. Kind of has that solid build, but, man, understands the game. And
nice shot by Brickner on the double team as they tried to spin out of it. There's a pass to the deep right corner. Here's Reeker with a drive and a score. 41-37. Pilots, 2:19 to go. Here's the ball thrown away.
Forced pass. Yep, not there. No need for that.
With the basketball, Reeker over the timeline now into the forecourt here. One-on-one against Moritas in between the rings. Goes to the left side now here to Hamill. Sam Hamill 1-on-1. Comes back to the top now here to Brooke Saylor at the free throw line. Skip to Reeker in the corner. Triple good. 41-40. Taylor, just like that. Huntington right back in it with a $1:54 to go. And a timeout on the floor for Eric Gingrich and company. Pretty good ball game here today at Bethel College. Pilots 41. The guests from Huntington 40 with 1:52 to go. Our coverage of Bethel College basketball today being presented in part by our friends at the Gates Automotive Group. When everybody else has their hand out for your sweet refund check, give me. Gates Automotive says, we don't need no stinking refund check. Just $5 measly get you driving. Buy a Toyota RAV4. That's what I did. Or a Chevy Equinox for $199 a month. Or choose from a Toyota Camry or Chevy Cruze for just $189. Always over 1,000 used. 500 new. Just a fiver. Makes you the driver at Gates. Shopping in any of the 5 locations in Michiana or online at gatesautomotive.com.
It's been a quarter of runs here. The Pilots started on a 12-3 run. They went out to a 38-31 lead. Huntington responds with a 9-3 run of their own. Now we're back to a 41-40 ball game.
And it will be Huntington breaking the huddle here to my right, and they will have on the floor Sarah Fryman. She'll be jacked out there with Maddie Reeker. In addition to that, Sam Hamill is on the floor, Haley Krewald, and finally it'll be Brooke Saylor. Bethel will come back and counter with Kristen Moan, along with Cam Glenn, Jessica Irwin, Michelle Moritas, and Taya Bruce. There you're up to date here. 1-point ball game with a $1:50 to go in the third. Here's Moan with the basketball now. Here goes out to the top now to Moritas. Michelle looks to the right, goes to the right. Still on the dribble. Comes back out to Irwin at the top. 13 shot clock. Goes left side to Cam Glenn. Glenn on the dribble drive. Knifes through traffic, missed the layup. And now here comes Huntington University's Sarah Fryman. Now into the hands of Hamill. Hamill over the timeline now into the forecourt with 82 seconds to go in the third quarter. Back out here to the top ball, stolen away by Irwin. Irwin on the drive, shoots and she was hammered. And just like that, Haley Krewald just nearly knocked off our cameraman behind the basket over there. I hope he's okay. Hope you guys got a good look at that shot. That was dangerous down there.
Dangerous for Irwin, dangerous for Krewald.
And the cameraman. Irwin at the line, free throw, and she's finally on the score sheet with 1 minute and 13 seconds to go here in this third quarter of play. And it's now a 2-point Bethel lead at 42-40. One more for the former Springfield, Ohio native, and no good. So she's 1 of 2, and it's a 2-point contest. We were tied at 28-28, and since that point in time, we haven't been tied until just right now at 42 all. At 55 seconds to go in the third quarter.
15 points, 12 rebounds for Saylor tonight.
Here's Moan with the basketball here on the left wing. Stops, ball reversal to the left side, now here to Cam Glenn. Cam on the dribble, stops, left elbow. Will launch the 19-footer way off the mark as Krewald has gotten into her kitchen right now.
Yeah, she's settled, and that's just not like Cam. She's used to getting to the rack.
Hamill with the basketball.
There's a mismatch down low.
Hamill looking for some help. Comes over here to Krewald, then in the corner now to Reeker. Reeker, ball inside, knocked away. And she tracks it down, right side now. Here's Fryman inside, shooting and scoring. Huntington back in front, 44-42 with 11 seconds to go. Now the ball's into the hands of Moritas, and she's fouled on the perimeter. And that will, with 6.7 to go, that will be a common foul. And that'll be Bethel basketball to inbound to the left of the lane. Here's the ball into the corner now to Moritas. Back out to the top to Irwin. Shot clock winding down, and there's an offensive foul called on no, they're going to call it on Krewald. She was in the circle probably.
That's 3 fouls on Krewald. And I was going to say in the previous possession, Taya Bruce was in position to draw a foul, to draw a charge down here. And you just don't see a lot of charges in women's basketball. Men's basketball, you see guys taking them all the time or even flopping. But that one there, Kraywald gave it up for the team, but she came out on the wrong end of that, so it's going to be her third foul.
And Irwin to the line. Free throw good. And we have a 1-point ball game again, 44-43. And one more with 1.7 seconds to go here in this third stanza. Second free throw good, and we're tied 44-44. As Kraywald will throw the home run ball down court. Ball is thrown up and goes off the backboard. Nice effort by Fryman and Kraywald. So, Coach, we're deadlocked at 44 all at the end of three quarters. We'll get some analysis right after this. Huntington 44, Bethel 44, live here on Regional Radio Sports. Stick around, more things coming your way. The fourth quarter, will the Pilots be able to withstand that bad quarter woes? We'll find out right after this.
This is boot camp. This is the real thing now. You've never done anything so hard in your life. You don't understand how you can finish. It takes inner strength and desire to become a Marine. When I finished, I was like, I did it. The moment I will never forget is when this drill instructor that I admire so much comes up to me and said, "Good morning, Marine."
PFC Summer Volkman became a Marine. Can you? Visit Marines.com or call 1-800-MARINES. There are those who dedicate themselves to a sense of honor, to a life of courage, and a commitment to something greater than themselves. They have always defended this nation and each other. They still do. The few, the proud, the Marines.
Fourth quarter of play to get underway. Bethel to move from right to left. Huntington from left to right. Let's go over to Coach Margarda with our stats through three. Coach?
Huntington shooting 45%. The Pilots 46%. Huntington 25% with 3 3-pointers made. The Pilots 33% with 5 3-pointers made. Huntington 62% for the foul line. The Pilots are 70. Huntington out rebounding Bethel 29-13.
Here's Irwin, ball over here. We have a 50-50 ball, alternating possession arrow favors Huntington University.
10 turnovers now for the Pilots, 14 for the Foresters.
You can hear Lori Kohler calling motion high now. That's the play that you're going to run right now. So we'll see that right unfold in front of you. And to walk it from left to right now will be Reeker in the Forco. Maddie Reeker, one-on-one against Moritas. Dribbles down the right side of the lane. Moritas doing a nice job defensively. Skip pass into the deep left corner now to Fryman. Fryman's jump shot no good. A rebound. The hard-working Haley Kraywald keeps it alive.
Pilots being out-rebounded 30-13. Pilots have 13 total rebounds. Huntington with 10 offensive rebounds.
There's a foul called on Michelle Moritas at the point of attack. Moritas looking at the official as her and Sam Hamill were battling out here in between the rings.
That's good defense by Michelle. She led with the left hand. Most players reach across the offense play, and that's when you get called for the foul, but I thought she did a good job tipping that away with the left hand. Official disagrees with me.
Kraywald will inbound the ball. Fresh shot clock. Ball in the hands here of Saylor. She drives, pushes off Cam Glenn. A shot. Cam got the block, and then they're going to call a foul. What do you think of the matchup between Saylor and Glenn inside? Certainly significance in size. Saylor at 5'10". Cam coming in with only a 5'7" frame.
Yeah, it's definitely an advantage to Saylor. And Cam saying that wasn't all ball. If I were Cam, I'd be saying, hey, sir, if you would have called the push-off, I wouldn't have had to try and block the shot.
Free throw by Saylor goes in and out. No good. She'll have one more shot here with 9:03 to go in regulation. And the second free throw is good, and it's a 45-44 Forester advantage with 9:02 to go. Here's ball in the hands of Brickner. Back to Moritas in between the rings. Michelle on the right-hand dribble. Goes to the left hand. Michelle with a drive. Rejected by Brooke Saylor. And now Reeker quickly over the timeline now for HU. Goes to the far side wing, now to Hamill. Hamill surveys the situation on the hard dribble. Comes over here to the top now to Fryman. Back here to the right side. Kraywald. Kraywald on the dribble. Stops. Travels. No call, but it's a steal by Bruce nonetheless. And then a foul on Reeker.
Rieker's third foul. Turnover number 15 on the Foresters.
Rebecca Schemmerhorn will check into the ball game. Caitlin Alsasser will check into the ball game now as Glenn and Irwin will exit stage left. The unit that's been on the floor tonight has been very productive. Of Schemmerhorn, Brickner, Alsasser, Bruce, and Michelle Moritas. Some changes for Huntington. Now back on the hardwood is Brooke Yoder. And Crewall will get a break. Moritas goes here to the left side, now to Alsasser, now to Brickner in the corner. Brickner will try to come off a screen.
Oh, you got to get the ball down to Caitlin.
And back on the right side wing now. Moritas goes inside of the low post. I don't know who she was throwing it to. There were 3 green jerseys and 1 gray one.
Yeah, Brickner had her defender beat, but the 2 help side defenders were in great position to do exactly what they did.
You heard Lori Kohler talking about Caitlin Alsasser's moving screen. Couldn't and here is Alsasser with the bump. And this time knocked to the floor is Brooke Saylor, and that'll be Alsasser's 4th foul. And that will probably take her out of the lineup now. Well, maybe not. Moritas and Schemmerhorn coming out. And now Kristen Moan is back on the hardwoods along with Cam Glenn. Let's see if they attack Caitlin Alsasser right now. Try to pick up that 5th foul. Here's Rieker with a ball reversal. Goes into the corner now to Yoder. Yoder along the far sideline. Goes up high now here to Saylor. Saylor, turnaround 14-foot jump shot, good. 47-44 Huntington. 7:41 to go in the ball game.
18 points, 12 rebounds for Saylor, and Caitlin backed off her to give her space, so she didn't pick up that 5th foul. Saylor knocked down the jumper.
Moan with the basketball now, drives across line, kick out to Taya Bruce. Taya 3, in and out, no good. The rebound ripped out of there by Brooke Saylor. She continues to rack up rebounds.
Yep, stat bill, that's Taya's first 3-point attempt since early in the first quarter.
How many rebounds for Saylor now?
13.
Boy, I tell you what, her rebound average is 13. She's there right now. She rebounds like the Dow Jones under the current president who's making America great again, Donald Trump. There's the ball inside. Here's a drive by Saylor, a reverse layup. No good, but a foul call. I think Huntington's really picked up the intensity now, Coach.
Yeah, we talked about how the Pilots usually have 1 quarter game. They struggle, and so far, you know, they've played pretty well, 12, 14, 18 points each quarter, but here we are, 3 minutes into the 4th quarter.
They haven't scored.
And they haven't scored.
Alsasser checks out, and now it's going to be Irwin.
And they're at 14 fouls here with 7 minutes to play, so Huntington's shooting the rest of the game.
And that's not something you want to know. You're going to put the number 3 free throw shooting team on the free throw line for the rest of the ball game. There's Rieker coming out high now here to Hamill. Hamill looking for some help. Free throw line back on the right side now here to Fryman. Fryman drives her out of screen, and Taya Bruce just got drilled on the screen, and there's a 3-point shot on the far lane by Rieker. And it's now a 50-44 ball game. 6:40 to go.
Yeah,
well, I tell you what, and here's a foul at the point of attack. Boy, my oh boy.
And I thought she got it from both sides. I thought Taya caught an elbow on the dribble and then got shoved into a moving screen, so she got hit in the front and the back. Little whiplash there as she went down.
And now to inbound will be Kristen Moan as Crewall checks back into the ball game for HU, and Sammy Hamill will come out.
Hamill picked up her 2nd foul.
And now to inbound will be Kristen Moan. Delton, Michigan product, went to Delton Kellogg High School. The ball ricocheted out here on the perimeter. And now here's Cam Glenn. The ball was touched by Crewall.
She does such a good job of reading the passing lanes.
Here is Cam Glenn with a drive. Pull-up shot from the right block, no good. She couldn't get it to go.
Cam still scoreless.
With the ball now, here's Maddie Rieker. Wauseon High School, Ohio product. Now over here to Crewall. Crewall back out here to the top to Brooke Yoder. Yoder angles to the left side on the dribble, stops, wrap around to the high post now here to Saylor. Skip past to Crewall. Jumper 3, no good. And here's Irwin with a good box out by the Lady Pilots on that exchange.
Yeah, Brickner and Irwin doing a good job there getting that rebound.
Pilots in a must-need score situation. Down 6 here, 5:45 to go. Here's Brickner. Jab step, goes to the right side now here to Taya Bruce. Bruce, it's pass inside, and Crewall lost her footing inside. and a blocking foul called on Brickner. And they're going to call that illegal screen and another Bethel turnover, and that'll be the 5th foul on the Lady Pilots. So it'll be shooting time next time for the Foresters.
12 turnovers now on the Pilots. It's Brickner's 3rd foul.
Here's the ball in the hands of Yoder. Wrap around to the low post to Saylor. And they're going to say Saylor travel with a basketball.
Turnover number 16.
Foresters come in averaging 18 a game. Pilots coming in averaging 17.7. And now it'll be Irwin to inbound the ball here to Cam Glenn. And Cam will walk it up over the timeline. It continues to look at Eric Gingrich.
Well, the ref handed Irwin the ball, and Irwin and Cam were waiting for the sub to come in, but they can't come in once they have the ball. So
there's the ball in the hands of Brickner, drives down the lane, and Krewall goes flying, and a foul on her. As Brickner will go to the line here with 5:12 to go in the 4th stanza. Bethel still has not scored a point here in the 4th quarter.
Now, that was a really awkward inbound because you had Coach yelling for a sub, and Cam and Jessica were waiting for the sub to come in, and the official was doing the 5 count. So Eric started yelling, you throw it in.
Don't forget doubleheader action coming your way on Saturday at the Lucky Arena. Bethel women and men will try to break losing streaks.
Krewald comes out with her 4th foul. Great evening for her. I love the way she plays defense.
Brickner with a 2nd free throw, and that breaks the drought. Bethel finally scores its first point of the quarter at the 5:12 mark. It's 50-45 in favor of the Foresters. Bethel at one point in time had a
38-31 lead, I remember.
Yep, 38-31. 3-point shot right wing, ricochets to Cam Glenn. Cam on a 2-on-2 break. Cam shovels it to Brickner, and she missed the layup. And then a whistle inside. Moritas, oh my, that should have been a jump ball. That is an absolutely brutal call. And the official trying to explain things to Eric Gingrich. And that'll send Huntington to the line. Casey Morton will go to the line where she's a 90% free throw shooter.
Well, and the official told Eric, that she grabbed her off arm, and Eric's absolutely right. He said, no, her arm was up in the air, which it was. She was holding one arm up in the air and hold the ball in the other hand. But
51-45. And one more opportunity for the former Lady Kingsman.
So you miss a layup down there that could cut it to 3 and send a 90% foul shooter to the other end that might make it a 7-point game. What a swing right there on that one possession.
One more opportunity for Morton. Morton averaging 2 rebounds, 6 points a game. A right-handed free throw perfect. And it's now 52-45 Forester. Lori Culler can breathe a little easier now.
But she won't. She'll stay intense. She'll keep coaching them up and get after it.
El Sasser bounce passed out on Moritas at the top. Moritas goes left side to Irwin, jab step into the corner now to Taya Bruce. Has been pretty quiet offensively. Taya goes into the far corner now here to Glenn. Cam on the drive, and she was hammered.
It's a real late whistle.
Yes,
I think it's
was
the right call, but it's a late whistle. That's what frustrates coaches.
4:27 to go here in the 4th quarter, and Cam Glenn, who's been held off the score sheet so far tonight.
Sometimes all it takes is a free throw to get your mindset turned around and a little confidence built. And
Cam number 16 in scoring in the country in the Crossroads League. And one more opportunity after the miss. Cam eyes, flies, and bricked them both. And that's a killer.
Night. Yeah, she's 0 for 6 from the floor, 0 for 2 from the foul line tonight.
With the ball over here on the right side wing. Hamill comes back out to the top, now to Morton. Back here to Saylor. Saylor skip past to the far wing, now to Yoder. Yoder now at the top, now dribbles to the left wing, ball reversal. High post to Saylor. 8 on the shot clock. Backdoor pass to Reeker, and they score. Picturesque Huntington offense, they lead by 9. 54-45, 3:56 to go. Timeout, Eric Gingrich. Mark, we talked about it time and time again. This Bethel team, they play 3 quarters with any team they want to play with. But somehow, some way, there's 1 quarter in there that nothing seems to go right offensively, defensively. It's as if the game was a 30-minute game instead of a 40-minute game.
Yeah, 10-1 they've been outscored this quarter. And you called it, start of the quarter. You said, can they withstand this, they always seem to have that one.
The one-quarter woe.
It came back to get them right here when it counted the most.
Our coverage of college buckets today presented in part by Bethel Baseball. Don't forget Seth Zartman's Winter Baseball Camp is coming your way on February 15th over at the indoor baseball facility here on the Bethel College campus. Ages 7 to 13, from 5 to 7. The question I have for Coach Mark Gardner, when young Maddie wants to get inside to do some hitting, you're going to let her to go out there and hit him up with the Bethel at Seth Zartman's baseball camp? What are you telling me?
Absolutely. Whatever sport she wants, we will do. She throws pretty well. We haven't broken any pictures in the house yet, but boy, we've had a few close calls there. She likes to wind up and throw the ball around the house. So,
all right, with the basketball now, here Bethel will have on the floor Taya Bruce along with Cam Glenn, Kelsey Brickner, and look at the body language of the Lady Pilots. It's just totally different than what we saw in the first three quarters.
Remember, Marion was beating St. Francis 31-30 at the half. That game's now 58-41. So St. Francis had a tough second half, and Marion is going to work on them.
And with the basketball here at the top now, Irwin, 12 on the shot clock, goes to Glenn. Glenn flares to the point, hesitates, steps back out now to Brickner. 6 on the shot clock. Brickner to the goal, and she is called for the offensive foul. I don't know about that, but nice job by Morton to take the charge nonetheless, to give up her body.
It'd be interesting to see. Both refs blew their whistle. They didn't communicate, see what they had. He deferred to the ref under the basket. So, a lot of times they'll nod in agreement or they'll talk to each other, but in that case, didn't happen. And Kelsey picks up her 4th foul.
Reeker with the basketball comes out high here now to Morton. Morton up here to the high post now to Saylor. Back to Morton. Her jump shot no good. Rebound. Alsasser was hammered out gone. Here comes Taya Bruce now to the left side now to Irwin. Irwin into the forecourt. Drives down the left side of the lane. Kick out now here to Brickner. Back to Irwin in the corner. Jess Irwin on the drive. Looks, drive shot blocked by Saylor, and she sends 2 Lady Pilots flying onto the floor. So it's a 5-on-3 break. Reeker over here to the near side to Morton. Back out here to the far wing now to Yoder. Shot no good. Cam Glenn hustles after the rebound, and what do we got over there?
I think we're going to get a foul on Huntington, which will send Cam to the line to shoot 2. Hamill with the foul.
And with 2 minutes and 49 seconds to go, it will be Cam Glenn at the charity stripe. Boy, Huntington missed a golden opportunity there with a 5-on-3.
Yeah, that's only Hamill's 3rd foul. They were informing the officials it was 5 on the team, and he came over and told Coach Kohler that it was 5 and caught her off guard there. But we got things settled. Hamill's 3rd, team's 5th.
As Glenn goes to the line, free throw, good. She scores her first point at the 2:49 mark, making it at 54-46.
Wow.
One more opportunity for the Ann Arbor native. And the right-hander eyes it, slide bend to the knees, flies it, bricked it, no good, and a rebound, Huntington. So she was 1 of 2 on the trip. She's had golden opportunity here in the last couple possessions to knock down a whole bunch of free stuff.
And now Huntington, Coach Kohler saying not to run the offense till there's 14 on the shot clock, so trying to shorten the game.
There's a screen and roll. Saylor travels and then gives it over to Krewall. Ball thrown away. Here's Brickner. Brickner lost the handle on it into the hands of Reeker. Now Huntington can run some more clock. Here's Reeker and a foul by Moritas with 2:17 to go.
Michelle with her 4th.
That'll send Reeker to the line where she's only an 89% free throw shooter, averaging 10 points, 2.5 rebounds, 3.5 assists, and a steal in every game. The right-handed free throw was off the rim, no good.
So the official under the basket just looked at the official in front of us and said 2 shots, like as if he was asking a question. So somebody should inform him. There's no longer 1-and-1 in this, in women's college basketball.
1 of 2 on the line at the 2:16 mark. It's a 55-46 Forrester lead. Cam Glenn. Pull up 17-footer off the rim, no good. Rebound comes out long here to Sam Hamill. Hamill across the timeline now. The Lady Pilots' body language is plain and simple. We got beat.
Yeah, and it's so tough without the 1-and-1 that the whole strategy of fouling to send your opponent to the line is tough because you're giving them 2 shots.
Saylor muscles in over Brickner and scores 57-46 in favor of the Foresters. Glenn drives across the lane, spins, comes back now to Brickner. Brickner on the drive, inside for 2, and couldn't get it to go, but she'll earn a pair of free throws.
Yeah, you're down 11, though. You got to pull that three-pointer, I think, at this point.
97 ticks of the fourth quarter clock remaining. If I'm Eric Gingrich, I'm thrilled the way my team played for 3 quarters.
He's not.
But
I can tell you.
Yeah,
yep.
57-47. It's a 10-point advantage now for HU.
Because you're looking at going 1-10 in the conference, 6-17, and you've played well for 3 quarters in probably 20 of those 23 games, and probably 15 of those 17 losses.
Yep. Over the timeline now. Into the hands of Hamill. Gets past Taya Bruce. Hamill skips it over here to the top now, here to the talented Brooke Saylor. Hamill over here at the top now. Around the back dribble. Now over here to the near wing, now to Krewall. Krewall backing in. Goes now to Saylor. Saylor turns. Jump pass here to the corner. Shot clock winding down. There's the dagger right there. Maddie Reeker knocks down a 3, and that's going to do it. 60-48 with 1:02 to go in the ballgame.
Yeah, Reeker now with 19 points. It's her 4th triple on the evening.
Maritis goes back here to the left side, throws it away. Here's Hamill over the timeline now into the forecourt. Boy, the Foresters, they smell blood after the Lady Pilots the first 2 or 3 possessions of the quarter, and a foul on Taya Bruce.
Yeah, they've been outscored 16-4 this quarter.
And the game was, at the end of 1, it was Huntington leading 16-12. At the end of 2, it was Huntington leading 28-26. At the end of 3, we were tied 44 all. And here we are right now, the Pilots with only 4 points in the entire quarter, trail 61-48. Free throws, good. And just like that, it's a 62-48 ball game. Brickner, 3-point shot, good. On the far wing with 36 seconds to go. 62-51. Here's Hamill trying to dissect the defense. Goes to Reeker now here to the near side, and then back to the point. Now trying to run some clock. With the ball over here now, Hamill. Hamill on the dribble, and she runs out of real estate. But a foul was still on Bethel. Michelle Maritis.
Before that shot there, Paul, the Pilots only taken 6 shots in the entire quarter. So, you know, with that shot there, they're 1 of 7 in the fourth quarter. When you're only taking 7 shot attempts, you're not putting up a lot of points.
That's a great point to talk to Coach Eric Gingrich during the post-game interview.
6 turnovers here in the fourth quarter, 15 for the game, but 6 of them came in the fourth quarter. So you have 6 turnovers and 7 shot attempts in this quarter.
Sarah Fryman, along with Casey Morton, remain on that side of the lane, respectively, as Hamill's going to continue the free throw process. Shot goes in and out. No,
and she got the second
first one.
Yep, first one.
And the second one was good, 63-51. And a whistle on the perimeter now on Brickner. As Brickner will go to the line, and I think that's going to be 3 shots for her.
It'll be 3 shots, and that's one that just drives coaches nuts. You're up by 12 with 17 seconds. Just let her shoot. And it was all ball, I think, but don't even put them in a position.
Brickner with the free throw, good, making it 63-52.
Pilots have been out-rebounded 38-17 tonight. They have 1 offensive rebound.
Brickner's second free throw, good again. 63-53. Well, one thing is certain that the last 7 Bethel losses been by a average of 19. This one will not be. 63-54 as Huntington will take a timeout.
How about Kelsey Brickner, 23 points this evening.
They'll inbound the ball here at the midcourt area now, right?
Why, of course.
Of course.
Another one of those rules. Why face
Yeah,
pressure?
why not? 15.2 seconds ago, just a sneak preview of what's coming up in the Crossroads League on Saturday. Bethel will be at Indiana Wesleyan. Marion will be at Taylor. Oh, how about that one? Number 1 versus number 3, or tied for 3. Taylor, I'm sure, that's having their way with Spring Arbor tonight. We'll get you some scores here momentarily. Spring Arbor will be at Huntington. Mount Vernon will be at St. Francis. And we have the Battle of the G's on Saturday. Goshen and Grace, respectively.
Yeah, Taylor, Spring Arbor, they've not been updating stats on that one tonight. I've got Grace, Mount Vernon. Let's see here. Marion, 67, St. Francis, 51 with 2 minutes to play.
As HU will inbound the ball here, Sam Hamill, or check that, it's going to be Haley Krewald. Krewald being, and a timeout, Huntington. Is that a 5-second violation? Boy, that's the fastest 5 seconds I've ever seen.
And that was a real fast 5 seconds.
And a timeout, Eric Gingrich. He's going to try to take advantage of having the ball move forward. And with the timeout with 15.2.
He's going to advance it from in front of us to the other end of the scores table.
Gotta love the new rules, man. Unbelievable. What would constitute changing that rule? And I would need somebody from the rules committee to share that one with me, because that makes no sense. All right, so Eric Gingrich's squad, they're going to bust the huddle here. Lori Culler's team is going to bust the huddle here. Coming out on the floor for HU, it'll be Morton along with Reeker. Joined out there by Krewald, Sarah Fryman, and finally, it'll be Sam Hamill. Bethel will have Brickner along with Schemmerhorn, Taya Bruce, Irwin, and Cam Glenn. Everybody can shoot the triple on this group here. Here is the ball in the hands of Glenn. Goes up high now here to Brickner. Bickner, step back triple way off the mark. That was just a prayer. And Krewald comes down with the pumpkin, and she'll bring it over to the timeline. And a foul called on Cam Glenn with 4.5 seconds to go. So Huntington will have Haley Krewald, the West Bend High School, Wisconsin product, a 5'7" senior who averages 8.5 points, 5 rebounds, 1.5 assists, and 2 steals. She'll put the final points on the board here if she knocks them down. She missed the first. She has one more opportunity here with 4.5. Free throw on the way, no good. Rebound, Irwin, up court quickly now to Brickner. Brickner on the drive, she couldn't get it to go. Final score from Huntington University, or from Bethel College, 63-54, as Lori Culler wins her 574th win of her spectacular career. And her club will be on the road against Spring Arbor on Saturday. Pilots will be on the road at the Lucky Arena. We'll get some thoughts here after the teams meet in prayer, just to kind of update you on the conference standings. Marion, with their win tonight, improves to 10-1. Indiana Wesleyan, we still don't have an update on the IWU game at this point in time against Goshen. But I think we can safe to say that Indiana Wesleyan is going to win that. Goshen has not won a conference game all year, though that would move Indiana Wesleyan into a 9-2 situation. Taylor, we're still waiting on a score on that one.
Wesleyan's up 10 with 4.5 to play.
Yeah, so I think that's a given there. St. Francis is now at 6-5. Huntington at 7-4. So Huntington is going to leapfrog everybody, and they'll be in third place in the Crossroads League with their win here today.
Yeah, they'll jump up. They'll be in a position to host a first-round tournament game now. They kind of control their own destiny. Jumping over Mount Vernon and St. Francis, that's a big win for Coach Culler.
All right, we'll wrap up our broadcast here with our final stats, and we'll get some thoughts here from Eric Gingrich here on the post-game show. Glad you could join us here today for our Crossroads League basketball game, and we'll wrap it up after a message from some of our fine sponsors, including our friends at the Gates Automotive Group. Special thanks to the Gates team. Gates Automotive, Chevrolet, Toyota 1000 used. Selection, price, trust. It must be true. Gates in Mishawaka for nearly 100 years. We'll wrap it up right after this short timeout on Regional Radio Sports.
It's pouring rain. It's real dark outside. Your heart starts beating.
We're going to come back and visit with Eric Gingrich here on the post-game show. Eric, I tell you what, we've had a chance to watch this team, and Mark will tell you that I said this after 3 quarters of. We said it throughout the course of the broadcast. The Lady Pilots seem to have 1 quarter where everything in the world falls apart, and I said to Mark when we're coming out of the third quarter break, 44-44 tie. I says, Mark, will the Lady Pilots have a quarter of woes? And it just seems to happen. You never know what quarter it's going to be. Sometimes it's the first, third. Well, obviously. First of all, I want to talk about the first 3 positive quarters. I thought it was the best 3 quarters of basketball I've seen this team play this year.
You could very well be right. I mean, it's, I thought we played pretty well against Mount Vernon. We did some good things early in the year. This is honestly a different team than it was a month ago. So I'm excited about our progress. And the belief in the huddle all through the second half was there. So that's exciting. I think their hearts are right on track. Guys, we're good. They're just saying the right things, and it's authentic. I think they believe it, and they believe in themselves, and they're getting closer.
We saw it tonight.
Yeah.
But you can need more shots. I know, Mark, you were
Yep.
talking about that during the fourth quarter. At one point in time, you'd only taken 7 shots.
Same amount of shots as turnovers in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, we talked about that. We just got sloppy in our offense. We started putting the ball on the deck when we needed to just move it and pass the ball. We got off balance on the floor in terms of spacing and what we needed to where we needed to be for the looks we want. And I don't know how to necessarily overcome what they're doing other than just keep coming back and working. Last 15 seconds. Okay, we're down, but we're going to get better at how to guard and deny an inbound pass when we need to do that. And we did it. We got a 5-second call. And that's what we're going one play at a time. Every day in practice, just, hey, this is what we're trying to work on this play. We got to get better at it. We won that. And so we're taking steps. It's a slow progress, but I think we're going in the right direction, and that's exciting. And the way they're talking to each other is exciting to me.
Coach?
Rebounds, Coach.
Yeah.
You're playing with Cam, Taya, Michelle out there. You're small. But tonight, rebound numbers out-rebounded 39-18, and yet you're still right in the game there,
Yeah, and I mean, that's what Huntington does to people. They out-rebound everybody. Yeah. I mean, they're top in the nation, not just the league. In the nation, they've got a top
number 6
rebound. Yeah, I mean, and then as a team, they're solid. They're solid, and we knew that coming in. Our girls knew that coming in. There's got to be a commitment to it, and sometimes we have it, and then sometimes we don't. And sometimes we don't really kill us. Because I don't know, I know there are 4 possessions in the first half. I don't know how many in the second, where we played an excellent defensive possession. They had to take a shot at the buzzer. They get an offensive rebound. We end up playing defense for a minute. And that's just a killer.
We've talked about that. Yeah, the possession's not over till you get that rebound. The other thing, though, at the end of 3, you guys are tied, and Irwin and Glenn have 0 points.
Yeah, that's amazing.
We talk about what credit that is to the depth of this team. And again, you've talked about the way they've grown because early in the year, if those 2 go scoreless for 3 quarters, you're down 25 points probably.
Oh, absolutely. We got some kids shooting it with confidence off the bench. I think they're loving this new offensive look, and that's giving everybody some new confidence. So, that's exciting. We're growing. Yeah, we said the same thing on the bench. Man, they've scored nothing. As long as they can remain tough, we can remain tough and not get wrapped up in the scoreboard in terms of who scored whatever, we'll be all right. And so we're grinding, we're learning, and I think we're getting there.
Emotional day Saturday as you're going to go back to Indiana Wesleyan. And your coaching staff, of course, got the Highwood ties. We'll talk with you on Saturday. Keep your chin up, and thanks for taking time to come out, Coach.
Thanks, guys.
Once again, Eric Gingrich, coach of the Bethel College Lady Pilots. Go to Coach Mark Gardner for our final stats. Coach?
All right, for the visitors, they were 23 of 50, 46%, 5 of 17 from three-point range, 29%. They knocked down 12 of 20 free throws, 60%. 39 total rebounds, 11 on the offensive end, 13 assists to 18 turnovers. Aaron Moore had 2 points and a rebound. Sarah Fryman, 4 points, 5 rebounds. Brooks Saylor, 20 points, 14 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 block shots. Maddie Riker had 19 points, 4 rebounds. Haley Krewald, 8 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals. Brooke Yoder, 3 points, 2 rebounds. Casey Morton, 5 points, 6 rebounds. Sam Hamill, 5.6 rebounds, and then Casey Morton had 2 points, 2 rebounds. For the home team, 17 of 44, 39%, 6 of 18 from behind the line for 33%, 14 of 21, 67% from the line, 18 rebounds, only 1 on the offensive end. They had 14 assists on their 17 baskets, but they had 15 turnovers. Jessica Irwin, 3 points, 2 rebounds. Caitlin O'Sasser, 8 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. Taya Bruce, 6 points, 2 rebounds. Cam Glenn, 1 point, 3 rebounds. Michelle Moritas, 4 points, 1 rebound. Becca Skimmerhorn had 7 points, 3 rebounds. Kristen Moan, 3 points, a rebound. And Kelsey Brickner, 22 points and 1 rebound.
Final numbers, Huntington improves to 14-8 on the season, 7-4 in the Crossroads League. Bethel drops to 6-17, 1-10 overall. Pilots dropped their 8th straight ball game. For Huntington University, they'll go into next game out with a 3-game winning streak. That's again special thanks to Lori Keller as well as Eric Gingrich for taking time to visit today. Prior to today's matchup, thank you to our wonderful broadcast team. Thanks to Laura Hoover and Tanya Condry upstairs, along with Andrew Bowen and everybody there. And for Coach Mark Gardner, I'm Paul Condry. We will see you on Saturday from the Lucky Arena on the campus of on the campus of Indiana Wesleyan at Marion, Indiana, for college basketball. For all of us at Regional Radio Sports, I'm Paul Condry. God bless you all. Semper Fidelis. Good night, everyone.